Alright, I'm here today with Ruvar, and I think Bendy's still here. He's probably sucking on something from Taco Bell right now, but hey, it is what it is. But we're gonna go over some fun stuff today. So, Ruvar, you got a story for us with your beautiful defenses?
Oh man, so it was a chaotic week. I was actually quite surprised by this. I assume that it's got to be the taunt from Bishop along with what Jubes has given to everyone. They kind of let them get ahead and do some big damage to full unlimited. So they came in and dropped an attack, and that was really my path to victory. Because if next screen, you can see their defense was kind of light. We got in room one, Bionic Avengers.
Okay. Bionic
Next,
Avengers. Okay. Wait, what? Why?
full on Web Warriors and 5.
Okay. Was this... Yeah, I don't know why this is happening.
So they've got one dropped attack, and it came down to Bifrost for me. And so if you hit next, I actually dropped an attack. I had to. Well, I didn't drop the attack, but I couldn't clear. Loki and Kid Loki, for some reason, started doing some insane damage. They're a little bit bigger than normal, but it was. This came in, cleaned it up.
Okay. Tangle Web.
Came down to me losing by 12 VP.
Oh, you lost by 12?
12 VP.
Oh, wow.
Sent me to the losers bracket. I was beside myself.
Damn. You know what? When it gets close, when it gets down to under 20, you're just like, I really could have did something better. Like I really could have. If it's like,
it's this
40,
room. I will say one thing that they had. They MOE'd my Surfer Infinity Watch, and they had Infinity Watch on defense. So I lost a fair bit of VP to this and to Infinity Watch. So that could have been the difference in between the two. I think the next button takes you to round 2.
Yeah. So now we got. That's a fat ball. That's a fat ball that retaliates.
I killed Vol in the first round with them, but I killed Sylvie and got Vol really low, and they just started deleting everyone, and I couldn't understand it, so I went back in with APOC and cleaned it up. Okay. So next screen.
Jesus. See.
This actually shocked me a little bit. I was kind of surprised that Gamma could do so well versus that unlimited team, especially on what was a slight punch down, but based upon where Rogue and Gambit are, kind of a punch across almost.
I'm trying to wait. Okay. So, Rolk's got to go after Bishop to begin with anyway. Did he just... He probably just killed him straight out.
He probably just, well, I don't think he took out Bishop, but he probably took out Jubilee, which might have been what the thing was. Jubilee didn't get her turn.
Turn meter, yeah. She didn't get nothing. She's dead.
So I probably need to pump her up just a little bit. Maybe get her up to gear tier 15 or something. So that just kind of it was a little odd. And then the next one was where he dropped an attack. Stage 4 coming through with invaders. I don't know what went wrong the first time. Maybe he. Well, this is defense, so this is him.
Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking like how unless he just stupidly played it wrong, and
Maybe
Invaders works in
he
2, but Invaders can work in 4 if you play it right.
maybe he didn't get
Well,
the stun right or something, or maybe he tried to stun Carta instead of stunning Captain America or something. I don't know. Maybe Agent Venom had some crazy crit ult.
I don't know, man. That just seems. Yeah, it just seems weird. Like if you play with it right, you should be fine. So I don't know. Taunt at the wrong time by Captain America can prolong it enough for Carter to res. Oh, and then you time out. Okay. All right.
And then we came down to the next slide. So he double tapped my
Bifrost.
Bifrost.
Okay.
So
Now, yeah, it's not big. He had to just play it wrong. He had to play it really wrong.
I actually had to. So this was the second time in a row I ran into his vol was 311, and I had to. I went in there with Death Seed, didn't go well. Backed out, went in with Death Seed Apocalypse again. Killed everyone but Teen Loki and Beta Ray Bill, and had to 3-tap with. I don't know why you don't have that slide. Maybe if you hit next, it'll show it, but I don't think it does.
Let's see. No.
Yeah, no. So, yeah. So I had the ugly one stage. He had 2 stages that were kind of ugly. Came down to 3 VP, and I picked up the win.
Damn right. Damn right. It better be a fucking win. Better be a damn win, damn it. Alright. Nowhere.
So this is the it was the third stage. We one shot everyone, one shot every team. Wasn't a lot of hoop to loo, but he, for whatever reason, has nowhere in the Cosmic Room. Even with having, he's got Infinity Watch in Room 1. I don't know why he, sure, Nowhere will do better in there than they would Room 1, but Infinity Watch is by far the better team and the one that's going to suck up more VP.
Yeah, you got to use Infinity Watch there. Even it doesn't matter unless you're really doing a shitload of a punch down with it. It's still an efficiency thing to have Infinity Watch there, so I would definitely put them in there. But they're just not as fast outside of the team. Just doesn't get whatever they need outside of war. They're just there.
So
they're really just there.
This fourth one came down to 4 VP. That was the only room of note. Everything else was kind of standard by the book. And he ended up picking up the win. I think the reason he got the win is because of on his my Infinity Watch, what he did was he brought in Masters the Evil, and I think he gained a little bit of VP by skipping what is it called? It's not Second Life. Revives.
There you go. Well, I mean, I just don't like using Nowhere. And it's not like you could give them somebody to increase a bunch of speed so that way at least 2 or 3 of them could go. If Star-Lord and possibly, Infinity Thor would get a chance to go, then I could see it being a problem. If they got some speed bar from somebody, and it could be a problem. They're either getting blinded or ability blocked. Well, then then it's going to be like, oh crap, now I got to think of something. But they don't get it, no matter who you put there. If you play it on offense and you could take out Cosmo and like just put in Fury, you got them going fast enough to do something, but they still don't meet it a little bit. So using Nowhere is kind of like, here you go, just beat a crap team, just so I can use something else on offense. But
it's got to be that, but there has to be a better team he could have put somewhere. What did he use on offense? He used Gamma. He used Death Seed Apocalypse, MOE. He used Tangleweb Eternals, New Warriors, and he used Secret Defenders. So he had Darkhold in Room 6. He had Unlimited in Room 5. He had Rebirth in Room 4. And then Bifrost in Room 2. So he had to have some other team that could have just done anything. Literally anything better.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do that. Doesn't make sense. It's like, okay, you could have did anything else, but your choice was, let me just not.
Yeah, so I dropped for the week. I dropped 27 rating. I think we have one more week of this, right? Or is it 2?
Yeah. No, 2.
So
got 2 more weeks. So
2 more weeks.
Time to step it up.
If I get 3 wins next week, I should promote into Platinum 1. Otherwise, if I get 2 wins and 1 loss both weeks, I think I can make it up there. So, we'll see what's going on next week.
Yeah, I have to go flawless victories both weeks, so I at least can push to Masters 2. So when we get dropped, I stay in Masters. Otherwise, I'd be going back to Diamond 3. But we did get a few from Mr. Wolf. Here. So. Boom, boom, boom. So for Mr. Wolf, obviously he did this one. I saw, and this was ridiculous, the fact that he won. So Bifrost against Bifrost, but well, they had Bifrost with Red Guardian, so he said Bifrost with Cable, and he got the win. Inefficient, but he got the win. I don't even know how.
Turnwise went. Turnwise, he was absolutely efficient. I believe he opened up. I believe he opened up with. He got rid of the taunt or whatever with Sylvia, I think, and she ended up dying to retaliations. And then he mind controlled with Loki, and they absolutely yeeted the enemy Sylvie out of the game. It was absolutely insane. And I didn't understand it then. I don't understand it now, but it worked.
It works. It worked. I was like, I saw him do it, and I'm like, what are you doing? And he pressed fight, and I'm like, okay, you're going to try it. And he tried it. We're like, oh, this turned out great. This turned out, I'm like, if that Sylvie and that Cable were at least double that size, Cable might have died, but Sylvie might have been able to, whimper along. But damn, man, they pulled it. Here we got this one. This is Secret Defenders. I don't know how this.
They didn't go first. Secret Defenders went first. Ms. Marvel Harley went first. She taunted. Right, they couldn't get around the taunt.
Well, yeah. And MOE doesn't work with the. It's got to be New Warriors. It's literally got to be New Warriors. There's no reason for it not to be. Oh, thank you. Stealing my chips? Damn. You can. All right.
I wonder if they had replaced Sticky with.
Sack twice works.
If they had stuck with replaced Sticky with Big Time Spider-Man and put a disrupt on Ms. Marvel Hardlight, I wonder if that would have allowed them to get the win.
Yeah, because you'd be stuck. You wouldn't be stuck on her, so you could focus. You could move around and do what you need to do. but sack twice works too, then Eternals. Holy crap. Well, yeah, you definitely would have to sack, but I mean, to lose these guys is rough. It's rough just to even look at it. Just says, well, out loud, I suck. But hey, he got it. All right, is this the other one? Oh, this is the before one. Yeah, he tried the sack twice. He tried it. Didn't work. He didn't take Eternals after that. So this was the first one, and then this was the second one. So,
he tried twice to go in there and get rid of somebody, and it didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work. Didn't work. And then stage 2. I don't.
This is a very particular matchup. It's much like it's much like Bifrost, where you have to like do certain things, and one of the things here is you need to Magneto special on Captain Carter, and I wonder if on the first round he didn't do that.
I mean, it's a G18 OG Cap, so that's going to pose an issue for a little bit. He's just basically going to block everything.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if it's also possible that Beast is not going to pull the taunt with his assist. So if Archangel doesn't pull the taunt with his ultimate, and Beast doesn't change delete it with his assist, then you're gonna have to use Beast ultimate on Cap America, and that might put it back far enough, and then if Agent Venom goes and gets his ult, Agent Venom is just, he's so...
I love Agent Venom's
deadly
damage, man. His damage. But especially his special, it just comes out of nowhere, and then you're just going, uh-oh, he's gone. They're gone. You just see the health level just go down really quick, and you're like, yep, that he's getting yeeted. Whoever he's going after, they're getting yeeted right now. And then you're like, now I gotta bring him back. This ain't gonna work right. Jesus. All right, I had one on here that just was funny. I decided to throw something in 6 and just said, fuck it, whatever, let's have some fun. Why not? Last couple of weeks of Crucible, let's run with it.
I saw something about this. It wasn't you. I think it was someone else. Maybe they saw yours, and they made a post about like, are they viable in CC now?
Having everybody do their ult seems to be a problem, and it seems to be that Thanos is going pretty goddamn quick. And
he gets like twice in a row, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Doesn't he get like a basic and special off?
Depending on the team that you take in, yes, he could. But for some of them, for here, I was just like, wait, 1.6, you got Eternals, Omega, Cap Sam, and Chi, and you couldn't do it. And then you had to bring it back in, and you were like, you know what? Let's use Cable. Obviously, it was the speed.
That's gotta be it. Thanos probably went twice and fucked him up pretty bad, and then the rest of Black Warrior started going, and they were like, no, pull the ejection.
I just looked at it and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it because I wanted to take Darkhold off of defense because it was right. But at this time, it's like, hey, you know what? Darkhold seems to be getting their ass beaten 6 pretty easily now. Everybody knows how to do it if you have the right combination of characters and you know the turn order. They can get wiped out, and it's usually around, 63 to 59, somewhere around it. So I'm like, fuck it, let me just throw in them and see what happens. And that happened, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. It works for a couple of million punches up or a punch across. However, when you get to like, oh, I don't know, a 10 million punch up, that Black Order ain't doing shit. Black Order's not
Well, I
doing
mean,
nothing.
this is enough though to like get you the win or allow you to go down to VP if you're like, let's say you were facing somebody with a super scroll and you had to double tap their super scroll. This could get you to where like you could actually compete for VP with for win. I think the fact that it comes at the end of the CC cycle also helps out a lot because a lot of people have been lulled in, especially at your level, of these are the teams I'm going to see, these are the teams I'm going to see, these are the what the is that? And then they don't quite know what to do. And
Yep.
we saw what it did.
That APOC would have been useful here. I mean, Emma, I grabbed APOC and threw him on offense just to be just stupid efficient because you could tell there's a big difference in team size and how players work in Masters compared to Diamond. There is a bit you could see it in the way people fight matches, and it's just like, whoa, okay. But I haven't seen a Black Order on defense, so I saw it when Dorky went up against somebody, and there was a massive Black Order in there, and then he had to double tap it, and then I seen Sticky go up against one, and he's just like, yeah, I guess Purple Sticky ain't beating that today. Okay, we're done with that, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna try it. Screw it. I'm just gonna try it, just so I have an overabundance of shit to choose from for offense, and it worked. I'm happy with it. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it. I might take out maybe Corvus or APOC, but I don't know. I don't know yet.
I'm so worried in gold of taking APOC off offense because like I just run into like absolutely stupid things sometimes, like Secret Defenders APOC in 6 or something.
Yeah, once you start, I mean, if you start seeing APOC around there or whatever, I would say at the lower level, keep APOC for offense and just throw stuff in there, and then that way you could be like super efficient. This season was basically you have to be super efficient, otherwise it's not working. Which is great, because that's what Crucible should be about, efficiency. And I was like, oof. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Tiny Black Order, you got me the win. But I'm not gonna build them. I'm not gonna build them anymore though. They're gonna stay right where they're at. If for some apparent reason next season they throw something in there where Black Order needs to get a buff, or they get the buff for it, then I might do it. I might bring them up to a mill. 1.1 maybe, but that'll probably be it.
I could definitely see you.
6 characters.
Thanos, Obsidian, and Ebony Maw. I could see reasons to bring them to 85 tier 16.
To be fair, Corvus's piercing damage went up immensely, and I'm like, if he was really big, he could fuck some primary and adjacent targets up.
Isn't he still just a glass cannon though?
He got a little bit of a boost. He's still kind of glass, but I mean, it's what was it like 700% piercing damage? Like what the hell? Like that's a lot. But he's got to snap off first to get there. But they did get a nice little viability there. But if I took if I had to take some out, I would take the husband and wife out and throw somebody else in, which would probably be APOC and somebody else, just to go ahead and mess with them. But I might do that for the last week. I might throw an APOC in there and maybe whoever else, but I don't know yet. I'll decide when it comes down to it. I'll decide it.
Whatever happened to Thanos getting a Black Warrior tag though? What's going on here, man?
They never said anything about it. I don't know why he doesn't. It would. I mean,
Magneto has a Brotherhood tag.
Thanos is a closet Eternal that Scopely said, nope, we're not keeping him as an Eternal. We don't want him to have that type of tag. He doesn't need that. He just needs to beat Thanos. So, maybe Scopely will change their mind down the road, but I don't see it. I don't see it happening. I really don't. But yeah, Ultimus was Eternals too. Yeah, Ultimus and Thanos had the Eternal tag, and then they just we're not gonna let anybody else see that anymore. We're not gonna do that. But you got any advice for people upcoming in the week, man? You got any other advice? Crucible?
Especially if you're lower, one of the things that I've been a big proponent of is with War and Cosmic Crucible, small accounts, all gas, no brakes. Just do as much offense as you can, and then once you start finding that you have extra teams to put on defense, you can do that. I mean, during before you do your final attack, just kind of look through your list and be like, okay, well, I haven't used these 3 teams in forever. We'll put those 3 teams on defense, or put 1 or 2 of those teams on defense. I've seen a lot of people, younger people now, they put as many the hardest defense up they can, and it's like, brother, if you run against somebody with like a 80 time boost and silver 3 or something, like they're just gonna Eternals your team. Like it's not gonna hold up, and then you won't be able to get through their let's say symbiote team at 65, and it's gonna kill you. Like the ability to full clear is the most important.
Yep, that's why I pulled off Darkhold, and I was like, I'd rather have a couple of characters that I could that are just sitting on the bench waiting to use and going, oh crap, how am I going to beat this with the characters that I rarely build up, or I have no idea if they're going to even come close to, trying to defeat this team. It was okay at first, but not anymore. I was like, I'd rather have 2 or 3 that'll be like, okay, cool, I didn't use Shang-Chi this go around. Big fucking deal. But I can full clear, and that's what I wanted to make sure it happens. But that'll be it for this week of Cosmic Crucible Fatalities. That was a fun. That's a fun one though. Bifrost is still the biggest problem here. I hope we have another fun one for next season whenever they come about with it, and they let us know exactly what they're deciding, which would be fun.
The first weeks are going to be insane.
Oh yeah, the first week is going to be so much fun, trying to figure everything out, trying to see what works. But as long as they don't buff Secret Defenders, I think we'll be okay. But if they buff Secret Defenders, you're going to see some massive people just losing their shit.
Can you imagine if Secret Defenders had like the new Warrior buffs?
Well, 10%. I mean, 10% anyway. 10% with them would be fucking crazy. I would love to see them buff Skeletori or some other obsolete team that we haven't used. So, Shadowlands, which Shadowlands works in Room 4. Shadowland works perfectly in Room 4 if you have them built, but not a lot of people do.
Yeah, I wouldn't be terribly surprised with how great Secret Defenders are doing in all types. If the next one, remember how what was it, Darkhold and somebody else got this was like 2 seasons ago or whatever, they had nerfs. I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see a Secret Defender nerf.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something with it, whatever team they're planning or whatever team seems to be huge and viable, which people are trying to push Secret Defenders because they're pretty good in basically everywhere, which is great. The only one you really got to drop is Strange, unless you already built them up. And when you do got them close to maxed out, Strange can be a problem. But you just look at it going, why would I do it?
Even that 80 gear tier 15, he's a problem.
I just don't like the fact that he's got an ult and there's no damage going along with it. I don't like it.
I hear you.
I don't like it. It just feels...
But he makes
strange.
He makes Miss Marvel Hardlight that more unkillable, you know?
Yeah, he does. But, well, until next week, man. Thank you, Ruvar, for jumping on here, jumping on again.
Anytime, sir.
Okay, my guy, and I will see you guys back in a minute. So, be back.